At one point I had planned to film like a video, sort of like an ode to my small town, because I was at home, it was really cold and windy, and always there's a certain feeling that comes with being home and in your small town, but never got around to it. So now I'm just chilling here with my pup, the sleepest baby girl. And it's Tuesday, and I don't have an episode created, so I figured I'd just make a short little episode and tell you about my Christmas, about what's going on. I mean, it's Christmas, so whatever. But it's been a good Christmas. Always good to be around with the family and everything. The Stein family is dramatically changing as my brother's having a kid, so it's growing, so that's exciting. My sister has a long-term boyfriend, and they seem to be pretty serious, so that's exciting. You know, there's always like the stereotypical scene of like, oh, all the people have their couples, and there's the outlier who doesn't have their couple or whatever. And I was that person, but don't really care. And maybe just because I'm 22, but like, I'm not trying to find a life partner right now. There's some people on my radar, but I'm not really gunning for a lifer, faux lifer. So that was funny. But always have our Christmas Eve tradition of bowling. Weren't able to do that this year, so we had to improvise, and we ended up doing a lot of Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Wii bowling with some orders of pizza and a bunch of snacks, and trying to do our best to keep our Christmas Eve tradition alive. It's very important to us, honestly, but the bowling alley happened to be closed because of the polar blast of cold weather. Well, we did my dad's Christmas on Christmas Day, and then my mom's Christmas on the day after Christmas on the 26th, and it's now the 28th, or no, it's 27th. And I'm kind of just soaking up the Christmas spirit. I got these shoes from my mom. Let's look at. Got these shoes from my mom. They're pretty neat. They're the other shoes that I have. They're designed by the same guy, Sean Wotherspoon. He's just a creative designer. He does a lot of funky stuff. This is his logo right here. There's an SW. It's a Hot Wheels, as you can see on the back there as well. Hot Wheels sort of collab. Big fan of these, honestly. Love them. And this little white paneling right here, this like all white paneling, it all changes in the sunlight to show you Sean Wotherspoon's logo when the sun shines on it. It's UV activated, you know. So I got those shoes, and then I actually got this shirt from my brother, and there's a similar little polar bear design on the back. A nice little cozy van shirt. And I got this little number, this cute little jacket, this little winter jacket, a nice little Mountain Hardwear, waterproof purple and black jacket. Not a super thick winter jacket, but a good little, like, kind of middle kind of thickness. And what I really just wanted is a solid waterproof layer, and that's what this is. So that feels good. That's what I wanted. There were a few other things on my Christmas list that I think I will order for myself because I got a little bit of Christmas cash. So little late Christmas presents, I guess, if you will. I also need to get my brother still his Christmas present. I'm gonna get him a little toy sports set for his future child, just so his child, as most Steins, I want to be into sports. So hopefully that goes well, but that'll be coming in the mail in the coming weeks. But yeah, it was a good Christmas. Christmas gets worse as you get older, or not worse, but not as exciting as you get older, and it almost gets a little sad at some point because it just doesn't have the same magic that it once does. But you begin to cherish the shared time more as you get older. You realize the value of the moment, the value of being able to be with all of your siblings and all of your family in the same place. That becomes increasingly more valuable as time goes on because those moments become less and less. Like, my brother wasn't able to take part in our Christmas Eve tradition, which is always upsetting, but that's kind of the way of life sometimes. And it's really sad just how time goes by, especially with folks like these. The past 2 nights, I've had a good cry, especially 2 nights ago. I had a full-on meltdown over this pup here. I probably should do an episode on her, but it's hard for me to describe what she means to me. I'm actually getting a little choked up. It's hard for me to describe what she means to me and the impact she's had on my life, and she's just getting older. As time goes on, things get older. I'm getting older. She's getting older. She's getting more gray hairs. She's getting a little more old lady thickness, you know. Her eyes are getting a little cloudy. She has injuries from her past that are just catching up to her a little bit, and it's very sad. Like I said, I had a full-on breakdown about it 2 nights ago. it's just rough how things go on and things get older and times change, but it's the way it goes. And as long as she knows that I love her with my whole entire heart, that she is my whole entire heart and soul, then I can't really do much more. And I think she knows that. I mean, look at how at peace she is, the little old lady. And that's kind of what I'm saying about Christmas just kind of getting a little stinky as you get older, because it's great to get these gifts or whatever, but the gifts just mean less as you get older, because you always, I mean, the magic of Santa is a big thing when you're a kid, and it just changes as you get older. But it's still, again, like I said, the shared time is really what is the valuable thing about the holidays, whether you recognize it as a kid or not. It's the ability to be with all your family and share and joy and fun and play games with each other, have a good meal, chat, joke with each other. That's really what it's all about. And I've come to realize that a part of me misses the magic of the magic of Christmas as a kid, but also I've come to understand it. That's just the way it goes. So you got to cherish it while you have it, and love those around you when they're there, and just try and soak up the moment. Do the best you can to make the most of the shared time, to savor moments like these with my old lady. Take advantage of moments like these where you're just chilling, not doing much, just having a moment together, because that's really what it's all about. But yeah. That is all for this week's episode of the Procrastinated Podcast. It is very much me literally just sitting on this couch and talking to you about Christmas, but it's Christmas. I can't be asked, so I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good Christmas with your family and the people you love. I love you. I hope everything in your life is going well. Yeah, more work coming up here in the future. Going to Chicago for a wrestling tournament, some Big Ten wrestling. So, you know, it's kind of exciting stuff. But sad to leave this pup and leave my mother and my family. Always sad, but I'll be back. And I'll be back next week with another episode of this thing that I do. So I hope you've enjoyed this little chat. I hope your Christmas was magical. I've been your host, Matthew B. Stein. You've been fantastic as always, and I will see you next week in next week's episode, about on New Year's Day for the start of 2023. Hopefully a big year, big things coming. We shall see. But that's all for this week's episode. I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one.